If you want to be successful, you need to learn to read between the lines. See the forest through the trees. So what does it tell us, gold investors, silver investors, precious metals mining stock investors, when we hear that the Russians are stockpiling more gold? Not just the Russian central bank, but everyday Russian citizens. Oh, and it gets even more interesting because you know what? Their ally, China, is doing the same thing. Let's dig into this and see what we can discern when we look at the big picture, because you're analytical. I know that about you. You're a little sharper than the average bear. You want to learn what's really going on under the surface because you know that's where the treasures lie. What do you think it means when the central banks of the world are buying gold at a record pace like they did in 2022? I think you can smile, and I can too. Because what that means for the price of silver and gold is that the most sophisticated financial institutions in the world are moving to precious metals. Why? Well, we know that whole story. They've held their value for 5,000 years, and we are in a period of geopolitical turmoil like we haven't seen in the last century. So over the last year, there's been all this speculation that the Russian central bank has been selling gold to help pay for their conflict in Ukraine. But we recently received data that actually indicated otherwise, that over the last 11 months, they added 2 million ounces of gold to their reserves. 75 million ounces of gold held by the Russian central bank at the end of February 2023. But it's not just the central bank in Russia that's buying gold. It's the everyday citizens like me and you, although we're not Russian citizens, but nonetheless, the citizens of Russia are also accumulating gold at a very rapid pace. And you can say what you want about Russia, right? This is not a political channel or a channel where we're going to cast judgment upon other people. But it is generally accepted that Russian people are very intelligent. The Russian people, they love to play chess, don't they? I've always heard that, but I've never been to Russia, so I don't have firsthand experience. Maybe you do. I do know chess is like a thinking man's game. I had to be honest with you. I don't know why, but I've never played chess. My dad, he's an awesome guy. He's 83 years old. He plays chess on his tablet, on his phone. He's played it his whole life since I was a little kid. For some reason, I just never took it up. Let me know in the comments section below. Do you play chess? But let's get back to our discussion about silver and gold. First Mining Gold is a development company advancing two of the largest gold projects in Canada. Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet, located in Quebec, each already has 5 million ounces of gold reserves, but exploration initiatives are underway at both projects to find even more gold. First Mining is well-financed, has zero debt, and owns an interest in 4 additional Canadian gold development projects. What do you think the Russian gold disclosure means? Why are they disclosing it right now? There's all this change going on in the world. President Xi of China just went to Russia, visited with Vladimir Putin. Do you think they talked about silver and gold? They talked about using the Chinese yuan for selling oil and for doing trade within the BRICS nations. But why now? Why now did the Russians decide to disclose how much gold they've had when they haven't said anything for the last year? You may not know what to make of all these gold purchases by Russia, by China, but I can tell you one thing for sure. It's my honor that you, yes, you, the one and only you, yes, you watching right now, connecting with me here in the basement. You are special. You are unique. You have something to contribute. Leave a comment in the comment section below. But most important, I want to say thank you for joining me here in the basement. I hope you feel like you found a new friend, a little home away from home. Now let's get back to the video. And did you see that even the mainstream media picked up on this? Bloomberg had an article with the headline that stated, Russia says gold hoard grew even as the West imposed sanctions. This is all very interesting. The timing of it, the fact that Russia actually grew their gold reserves during a period of time when everyone presumed they would be selling to finance the conflict they're having right now in Europe. And what do you think when you hear about China? Because through February of 2023, in the prior 4 months, November, December, January, February, China added 100 tons of gold to their reserves. To me, this just points to the fact that silver and gold, precious metals, are becoming more and more important on the world's financial stage, on the world's geopolitical stage. And we know they've been important for just a few years, right? Maybe a few hundred, maybe even a few thousand, maybe 5,000, and they will continue to be important in the future. Things are getting very interesting out there. We're going to stick together. We're going to navigate these choppy waters. You can rest assured I'll be here for you through it all. Watch another video, but most important, please, you come back to Ron's Basement.